In this video, we're going to go over all the technology that you're going to be using as a student here at Carteret Community College. When you go to carteret.edu and you click on current students at the top, there are going to be quick links to everything we discuss in this video. So there'll be a link to Carteret Compass, Canvas, your CCC email, there's going to be the password reset portal, and then if you're ever having any issues with this technology, you're having issues with logging in or just navigating it, there's a place to submit a help desk ticket. There is going to come a time that you're going to need to reset your password. If you ever have issues getting into Canvas, email, or Carteret Compass, I would encourage you to try reset your password first. If that does not work, you can then email IT at help@carteret.edu, or you can give them a call. Again, that password reset portal, if you go under current students, is going to be located on the right-hand side. The number one way that your instructors are going to communicate with you is going to be via email. It is so important that you check your email daily. I would encourage you to download Microsoft Outlook on your phone. We all check our phones daily, so it's a great way for you to stay in communication with your instructors by having it on your phone. You can also download Microsoft Office for free on your laptop. You can actually install it on up to 5 different devices. So this is not the cloud version of Microsoft Office. This is the desktop version of Word, PowerPoint, Excel. And again, it's free because you're a student here. So let's take a look and see how you download Microsoft Office. When you log into your email on your computer, there's going to be this menu icon up here in the top left-hand corner. When you click on that menu icon, go to More Apps. And then up here in the top right-hand corner, there's going to be the option to install apps. So when you click Install Apps, you can then download Microsoft 365. And again, this is not the cloud version, this is the desktop version, and you can install that on up to 5 different devices. Canvas is our online learning platform, and this is where you're going to access all of your coursework. Of course, for online classes, all of your coursework is going to be completed and submitted through Canvas, but even your seated and your hybrid classes are going to use Canvas as well. So through Canvas, you can access your course materials, including your books and your access codes. You can submit assignments, which I'm going to show you in just a second an example of how to submit assignments to Canvas. Participate in class discussions. Canvas is also where you're going to go to check your day-to-day grades. So Carteret Compass is where we post your final grades, so your letter grades, your A, B, C, D. But if you're looking for essentially like a progress report in your classes, you want to see your day-to-day grades, what did I make on that assignment. It's also where you're going to want to go to view your instructor's feedback on that assignment. Canvas is where you're going to want to go. Also, make sure that you're staying on top of your due dates that are posted in Canvas. You can view all of your assignment due dates as well as your course calendars. So let's take a look at how to upload an assignment to Canvas. So let's take a look at an assignment from Canvas where you're going to have to take a document, download it, complete it, and then upload it to Canvas. So an example of that is the Campus Resources Scavenger Hunt. So it gives you the assignment directions, and then here's the link to the document that you're going to complete. So I'm going to click on that document. It's going to give me a preview of it, and I'm going to click download to download a copy to my computer. So when I click download, it gives me the option of where I want to save it. You can do it to your desktop, to the OneDrive, to your documents, wherever you want to save it. I'm just going to do it to the desktop just because it's easier. Now notice one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the document title. And I would encourage you to just put ACA 122 and then put your name at the end. This distinguishes this document from the blank template that is found in Canvas. So I'm going to hit save here. It's going to bring it up in my downloads folder, and I'm going to open it, or I can just go grab it from my desktop, either way. Now, once I have completed this assignment, so I've got all my answers in, I'm good to go. I'm going to save this copy. I'm going to close out of it. I'm going to come back here to Canvas to this screen here, and I'm going to hit Start Assignment. And then it gives me multiple options for uploading this file. Now, if you save the file to your OneDrive, if you go over here to Microsoft Education, it's really easy to pull it from your OneDrive. That's one option. If you saved it to like your documents folder or your desktop, you can take your file explorer down here and you can just take the document, and so I saved it to my desktop. I can take it over here and I can drag and drop it. Now, another option is I can click on this icon here and I can go to my desktop where I saved it and I can grab it, open it, and then I just hit submit assignment. The nice thing about Canvas is it gives you this screen at the end that lets you know, hey, it's submitted. I can look over here and I can see the name of it. I know it's not the blank template from Canvas because I've got ACA 122 at the end and I've also put my name at the end. So that is how you take a file, you download it, complete it, and then submit it back to Canvas. Carteret Compass is another tool that we use, and the main way we use Carteret Compass is for scheduling. So if you want to see your schedule, you want to register for classes, I will be teaching you about that later on down the road in ACA. You can also view your financial aid package, you can see any balances on your account, you can make payments in Carteret Compass. You can also, as I mentioned, grades. Canvas is the day-to-day grades. Carteret Compass is where you're going to house your final grades. So your A, B, C, D grades. You can also view an unofficial transcript in Carteret Compass. You can see your progress towards degree completion, and you can also apply for graduation. Again, we'll be talking a little bit more about Carteret Compass down the road when we teach you how to register for classes. It's really important with all this technology, if you find yourself struggling, make sure that you're communicating with your instructors. Instructors are here to help you. Ask your questions early. If you're not understanding something in Canvas about an assignment, reach out, email them for clarification. They are your #1 resource here on campus. It's so important for you to build those relationships with those instructors because it's going to make you feel more connected and supported here. In terms of best practices for communicating with those instructors, come prepared with your questions. If it's early on in the semester, introduce yourself. Be respectful of their time. All instructors have office hours, which is great. That's a time where you can drop in and see them. But also, reach out to them beforehand. Just let them know that you're coming or schedule an appointment with them. Be honest about your challenges or your concerns in the class, and then always communicate professionally. And finally, in terms of email, because email is our #1 way that we do communicate here at the college, always use your college email address. If you're talking about grades or attendance and you're using a personal email, such as like a Gmail, your instructors are not allowed to communicate with you. Again, check that email daily. Create a clear subject line. It's always nice if you put the course that you're in, your instructor may be teaching multiple courses, and then what type of question that you have. If it's early on, your instructor probably has around 5 or 6 sections of courses that they teach. Include what section of the course that you're in. Explain your question clearly and concisely. Keep it professional. You want to avoid using slang or like texting lingo. Be patient, so give your instructors plenty of time to respond. All instructors in their syllabus should have a response time of when you can expect to get back to them. And then always preview your messages beforehand. So check your spelling, check your tone, especially if you're upset in the email, and make sure you included everything that your instructor needs to respond. And then always end with a polite closing. So a sincerely or a thank you. A lot of times I get the question of how should I address my instructor at the beginning of my email? I think you can say dear instructor and then their last name. That's always kind of a foolproof way of addressing an instructor, especially if it's the beginning of a semester. If you have any questions at all about the technology here on campus or about communicating with your instructor, do not hesitate to reach out and ask questions.